Corbin, what do you do? Well, hello again. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. Hello again. I'm the Rifter, and this is my nightmare again. So a lot of you peoples aren't following instructions. Sorry, I have to get up and turn this fan off real quick. But a lot of you peoples aren't following instructions. And you aren't staying home. You're not obeying the Rifter, which I know you're not. And you wonder, how do you know this, the Rifter? Because I can read the confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the United States. And I'll even scoot my camera over here so I can post it over on this side of the screen. 122,000, at least at the time of recording this. They may have backed it off, I'm not sure. But 122,000 confirmed cases. China's still got 81. So that just tells me that no one's staying home. And I know they're not, because I keep getting updates on my phone locally from people I know. No one's staying home. You guys are stupid. Seriously. Why do you think our numbers keep going up? You know, it's not safer at home unless you're bored. It's stay home. Corbin, will you stop feeding the dog? He doesn't need to eat goldfish or whatever. I don't know what you're throwing to him. Stop. Those are yogurt bites. Those are amazing. Why would you give that to a dog? And anyway, so I was going to put out a conspiracy video. I'm not. I'm just going to tell you guys about this because it's just very weird timing. There's a website, and I'll put a link to it down in the description. It is called centerforhealthsecurity.org/event201. Now, if you've never heard of Event 201, it does not surprise me. I will read this straight off the website because I think it's important. I'm not going to mention any names. You can go to the website and look up names if you want, and that's your choice, and that's perfectly fine. This is Event 201, and I just think it's weird the timing for Event 201 to take place. Event 201, the Johns Hopkins Center. My God, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health and Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise on October 18th, 2019 in New York, New York. The exercise illustrated areas where public/private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. And they even have a statement that they didn't predict They even have a statement that says they didn't predict anything about COVID-19. Let me read you what this was. Yeah, you have to click on the Players tab to find out who was involved. Here we go. If you click the About tab, it says Event 201 was a 3.5-hour pandemic tabletop exercise that simulated a series of dramatic scenario-based facilitated discussions confronting difficult, true-to-life dilemmas associated with response to a hypothetical but scientifically plausible pandemic. There were 15 global business, government, and public health leaders. That's how many people were involved in this that ran this simulation. And this is coming straight off the website, mind you. The exercise consisted of pre-recorded news broadcasts, live staff briefings, and moderated discussions on specific topics. These issues were carefully designed in a compelling narrative that educated the participants and the audience. There we go. That's what I want, is the scenario. So this is the part that bothered me. You'll have to click the little scenario. There's no tab for it. You kind of have to dig for the scenario. But it says the Event 201 scenario. Event 201 simulates an outbreak of a novel zoonotic coronavirus transmitted from bats to pigs to people that eventually becomes transmissible from person to person, leading to a severe pandemic. The pathogen and the disease it causes are modeled largely on SARS, but it is more transmissible in the community setting. But it is more transmissible in the community setting by people with mild symptoms. Does any of this sound familiar about what's going on today? This disease starts in pig farms in Brazil, which that's about the only difference. This one started in China. This disease starts in pig farms in Brazil, quietly and slowly at first, but then it starts to spread more rapidly in healthcare settings. When it starts to spread efficiently from person to person in the low-income, densely packed neighborhoods of some of the megacities in South America, the epidemic explodes. It is first exported by air travel to Portugal, the United States, and China, and then to many other countries. Although at first some countries are able to control it, it continues to spread and be reintroduced, and eventually no country can maintain control. There is no possibility of a vaccine being available in the first year. There is a fictional antiviral drug that can help the sick but not significantly limit the spread of the disease. Since the whole human population is susceptible during the initial months of the pandemic, the cumulative number of cases increases exponentially, doubling every week, and as the cases and deaths accumulate, the economic and societal consequences become increasingly severe. The scenario ends at the 18-month point with 65 million deaths. The pandemic is beginning to slow due to the decreasing number of susceptible people. The pandemic will continue at some rate until there is an effective vaccine or until 80 to 90% of the global population has been exposed. From that point on, it is likely to be an endemic childhood disease. I'm not saying that these people are responsible for this, but that exercise was carried out on October 15th. The first confirmed case of COVID-19 was on December 31st. That was the first confirmed case, and there was probably a dozen people with it at that point. Keep in mind, we're almost into April. It's March 28th. Sorry, I had to look at the date because I'm not working. I'm not working right now. I'm on vacation, so I don't really care about what day it is. And now the dog wants to chase his tail. Hey! What? I don't know who to gripe at right now, the dog or the kid. And I'm calling the kid the dog's name. But yeah. Look that website up. I'll put a link in the description down below. But it's very creepy. It says that it simulates a novel zoonotic, I don't know what zoonotic means, but a novel zoonotic coronavirus transmitted from bats to pigs to people. The pathogen and the disease it causes are modeled largely on SARS. So, if you want to know what this disease that's been going all around the place is actually called, I have to look it back up because I can't remember what this thing is actually called. It's called SARS-CoV-2. So, severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. Basically, it's a mutation of SARS. So, let that sink in for just a minute. A really, really deadly disease. People are just out and about buying everything they can, not staying home. Corbin, don't hit the dog in the head. Also, got some new merch up in the store, even though no one buys my old stuff. 196 subscribers now. But new merchandise up in the store. I will show you what the one looks like here. That's what the back of the shirt looks like. And it will have a QR code on the front that takes you right to my YouTube channel. Again, I only make $5 off of each one sold, unlike a lot of people that make $20 off of each product. Buy one. You'll love it. And if you don't, you'll love it. I was going to talk about something else too, and now it's slipping my mind. Babe, what else was I going to talk about?
You never told me what
You never told me. So anyway, people, stay home. Seriously, 122,000 cases. We're 40,000 cases above any other country. We were the lowest at one point, and now we're the highest. It's mind-boggling. It really is. Think about others. I know it's hard. Everybody is off work, and they just want to go out and I don't know. I mowed my lawn today. I'm still at home though. I'm not going out and coughing on people. Mow your lawn. I don't know. Pollen is out. I don't want a sinus infection right now because they suck. And I was going to talk about something else, and I just can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, I do remember what it was now. So, they just passed the COVID-19 stimulus bill. If you have not looked into it, you probably need to. I will use a single person that makes over $30,000 a year, but not more than $75,000. This check that you're about to get, which if the scenario I just mentioned is correct, you will end up getting $1,200. Non-taxable. That's assuming you don't have any children. $1,200, non-taxable. Now I'll tell you why it's non-taxable. Because if you read the fine print in this bill, which you'll have to dig for it because it is like 183 pages or some crap like that. No, it's like 773. I don't know, it's a long bill. But you have to dig to find it. This is not a stimulus package. This is an advance on your next year's taxes. So let's say you make down around the poverty level and they give you $1,200. You're probably not going to be required to pay that back because you pretty much get to keep all of your yearly income. If you're like this fictional person that is getting $1,200 and that's about how much you get back with no deductions, well, next year, if you don't have any additional deductions on top of that $1,200 and somehow you've made too much money, you will owe taxes. You will have to pay that back. Not the whole $1,200, but you've already used it for next year, so you don't get all of your tax return. Now, if you do have some deductions like student loans or mortgage interest, something like that, then you'll probably get back maybe $100 or $200 or whatever your deduction system is. And it really depends on you using like the standard deduction or if you do itemized deductions. I don't know how your tax situation is set up, but trust me, it's kind of crooked. You need to look at where all this money is going, because it's not all going to the taxpayers. Some of it's going to, if I remember right, some undocumented people, corporations, and then it's at some point, like, there is a line where if you make over a certain amount, they're not going to give you any of this stimulus package, which, whatever. But the people that do get it, it's going to go directly into your bank account. So if you haven't closed your bank account from when you got your tax return, I guess it's supposed to be available in about 3 weeks. They're supposed to start sending them out. But the last number you use for direct deposit, that's the account it's going to go into. But again, you need to double check this and look into it. It's an advance on next year's taxes. It's not something, if you depend on your tax return, usually, in order to survive for the year, like if you put it in savings, you're not going to get one. Okay? In fact, you may owe a little bit in taxes, again, if you make too much money or you get a bonus suddenly and it takes you up over that amount. You alright, buddy? You're fine. You just dropped your toy on the other side of the gate. Anyway, I'm the Rifter. double check your stimulus stuff. Remember to like, share, and subscribe because why not? You don't have anything else better to do because you should be at home inside, not out shopping. You selfish people. Not my subscribers, I love you guys. But the other ones, go home. Spend time with your family. If you hate your family, find another one. I mean, I don't know. I'm fed up with everything. So remember, like, share, and subscribe. Buy some shirts. Buy some stuff. Stay home, please. You're just going to give this to your parents or the elderly, and they're probably going to end up dying. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, like I said before. Buy a shirt. Stay home, please. Thank you for watching. Bye. Say yes.
No.